That was very professional. We did that very professional. We actually waited for the countdown to finish before we started talking. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian.
And I'm Joey. Sorry, I was just buried in a Discord channel.
We just blew it. That's okay. We started so well.
That was strategy.
That was fantastic.
You see what I did there?
I do. I do.
That was on
see
purpose.
What you're doing.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty pro.
Marketing.
That's a pretty pro move.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Hey, look, I'm on Discord.
This, folks, is episode 281 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, this is a podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping,
smelling like dogs,
and just playing bike. Playing bikes, because we all have multiple bikes. How many bikes do you actually own right now? Do you think? What a ballpark.
7 or 8.
Yeah, probably in the same.
Plus, I have your bike here. I have Nadine's bike here.
Oh, if you count all the bikes in your house.
I got Jess's bikes here. I got a lot of bikes. I got 2 frames, maybe 3. I got like 3 or 4 wheel sets not on bikes.
You got a lot of bikes.
I have a whole parts shelf, parts bin. I got lots of tires.
I think it's
I got a lot of stock.
When you lose track and lose count, that's when you know that.
Oh yeah,
it's like you either got a problem or you're doing something right.
Problem is I'm out of mineral oil.
Ooh, I have some.
I ordered it so I can finish all our stuff tomorrow.
Oh,
I told you I have your bike ready today, but I ran out of oil.
No, that's okay. I have some too if you need it. So.
No, I ordered some more.
I'm super excited about this episode because we are going to finally launch and unveil to the world this massive project that we've been working on for what? Probably about 3 or 4 days? No, a little bit longer.
The conversations have started before Croatan. We really dug into it going to Croatan.
Yeah.
I was on something that I liked. You were talking about. I'm like, hey,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah. And then,
well, I mean, it's time. We talk so much about the idea of gravel being a community. And it's time, I think, that we begin to practice what we preach. Just
gravel?
Just a mere 7 years later, after the launch of our podcast, we have finally come full circle. We're going to launch an online community space for our listeners. It's going to turn this podcast from just a bunch of folks listening into an actual crew of people that can communicate with each other.
Yeah, go from listening to the occasional group chat, either on the gram. No one really uses Facebook anymore, or texting, to an actual process.
And honestly, I think a part of this stems from the fact that the internet is one of 2 things today. The internet is either boring or it is scary AF, because there's so much trash on the internet. You really can't communicate with people on Facebook anymore. You really can't communicate. It's like it's either full of trash or it's just a scary kind of place. And I remember, because I've got a long history with the internet. I go all the way back. I was thinking about this the other day. The first website that I built was in 1994. How old were you in 19?
Born? No, just kidding. I was 4.
The first website I built was in 1994. That's a long time ago.
Dang.
That was ages and ages ago. And I remember that we were really super excited because we were doing animated GIFs and stuff like that.
God.
The little man with the construction hammer on the website saying, coming soon, that kind of stuff.
I'm proud that I was 4 because they always talk about my generation being that, like, the last bit of not having the internet when we were kids. And I really feel like I was on the edge of that.
Yeah.
Because even the late 90s, internet was dial-up. There wasn't much on the internet. The few times you just didn't want to get on a computer.
Yeah, I mean,
and there was computer labs at school,
and there was the whole AOL thing with the dial-up modems, and everything was super slow. But your
mom would get on the phone when you're, or someone get on the phone. You're like, get off the internet. And we've come a long way. And
so gravel is community, and it's time that we built community wrapped around this podcast. I think we've done it in small ways, but now I think it's time for us to do it in a much bigger way. And I want to take a few steps back. We used to use Patreon as the primary tool for our listeners to support the podcast. And for me, it worked and everybody else was doing it, but I want to hear your experience with Patreon though. But for me, it always felt really cold and impersonal. We tried very hard to give value back through Patreon, but it's difficult when you're creating content through the podcast on one side. And this takes more time than I think people think. it's not just a hit a button record and punch it out the other end. It takes a lot to do. And then to try to create that value add in a Patreon environment was always felt like it was a heavy lift, but we tried. It was a transactionary kind of thing, not necessarily a connection.
Yeah.
And I know you've supported folks through Patreon, and I have as well.
I have, but like it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
And honestly, there was a like a YouTube channel, Pathless Pedaled. At first, I was like, I liked his videos and there's nothing wrong with them. And and I've said, like, if I searched, I could probably find the episode. I definitely joined his Patreon at one point in time because I wanted a Swift Industries bag.
Yeah.
And Patreon supporters got like 15 or 20% off. And I was like, oh, and then I kept that going for a while.
Yeah.
But there wasn't much more anyone got. And there's probably a handful of people that do Patreon well, and that's about it.
And
it's like its own separate job.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's what it always felt like.
Yeah.
And even if you do it right, even if you do Patreon the way that it's supposed to be done, it still doesn't create community. It still doesn't allow those folks that are listening to us jabber back and forth that opportunity to connect with each other and to connect with us on a different level. It really still does not give sort of that opportunity. So here we are today, late March. I'm excited. This is the last thing. This is not April Fool's because tomorrow's April 1st.
Be careful when you launch
Not
this.
April 1st. We are launching a whole new mechanism for our listeners to be able to primarily support the podcast while at the same time connect with each other and connect with us directly. I am going to go ahead and say it. We are inviting all of you to join our new Discord community server called GTD After Hours. Thank you for that beautiful name. I love that because I went through all.
I didn't think you were going to go with that. I was just like,
I love it.
I've always thought of it being that way when we started it, but
well, yeah, because remember we used to record at night.
Yeah.
And when we recorded at night, there would always be, and then we were doing live stream stuff, and there would always be that little post window of time, and it always felt like it had that vibe. But it's also, I went through all kind of iterations of what to call this crazy thing. I didn't want to just call it a Discord server because that is so nothing wrong. It just feels like it's kind of, whatever. It just feels like it's kind of overdone or just kind of gets lost in the clutter. So I wanted to have something unique, and I went through all sort of iterations of bike related things and the hub and all this other stuff that sounded so cheesy and corny. So I asked you, I was like, what do you want it to be?
I fired right back.
It was like without a thought, without a blink or a bat of an eye, GTD After Hours. And I absolutely loved it. And I ran with it, and we've done this beautiful like neon kind of like, it's got a real like kind of a cool vibe. You're going to have to go and check that the thing out that we built to
hold it up
around.
on the camera.
You can. Yeah, you can do that. Please feel free to do that. So we're moving from this idea of a one-way broadcast to more of a roundtable discussion where folks will be able to talk about the podcast episodes. We're going to get into the whole channel list later, but it's definitely where we are actually going to be also looking for planning because it's going to give us the opportunity to hear from our listeners. What are the things that they want us to talk about? We kind of stuff down people's throats, and because we really don't have that opportunity to get that feedback. And I think it resonates. I think a lot of stuff that we do, the events that we do, the trips that we do, all of those things, and then your experience as a bike mechanic and my inexperience as a bike mechanic, I think actually kind of helps. But it's more than a chat room. It's I don't know that I'm kind of communicating this really well. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Just Patreon always felt like a tip jar.
Yeah, that's all it was.
And as I've been setting up the Discord, and we've invited some people to come into it, and so it's got some activity already, it feels more like a kind of clubhouse thing, kind of like like a vibe is completely different.
It's something where it's not like a Facebook group where you get buried. You try to scroll through, there might be an ad. And Facebook's just Facebook nowadays. It's not what we wanted or what we started with. But this is just centralized. When you go to it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's everything you want to know. Yeah. And I'll let you dig into the channels and stuff. But
it's also, too, there's no such thing as an original idea.
No.
Other podcasts are doing something similar. I haven't seen any bike or industry podcast or any other gravel podcasts that have done this. I know that you follow some, and this is really where the idea kind of came
from. I'm on another podcast that I love, and they have a Slack version, and I absolutely adore it. And it's just, everyone's got the same mindset, the thought. It's all, when I go there, I'm going there because that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And it's not over overdone. It's just clean, and I can spend a few minutes on there, and then once I clear out like what I want to go through, I'm done. It's not like there's no doom scrolling. I think that's the key for me is there's no doom scrolling.
It's also a vetted community.
Yeah.
It's also a community of people.
Well, you let me in.
But it's a community of people that are like-minded.
Yep.
And we have the same interest, although the interests that we've put together in the channels go well beyond just bikes and gear and stuff like that. It's we've tried to open it up to be more of because we're all, in my opinion, folks that listen to this podcast, that doing the events, that are doing the bike packing, we're adventurers. And that sense of adventure touches so many different places. The camping side of it, trucks and cars and vehicles, coffee, like we had, Carl on here just a couple of weeks ago. All of these things they blend together so nicely. And the fact that it is a vetted, controlled community, no bots, except for the one that manages it. We do have to have one.
You have a managing bot?
We do. We have a managing bot. So there's no trolls, no nonsense.
Clangers.
It's just real passionate people who are, like I said, riders, explorers, adventurers, and hopefully new friends.
Yep.
And that's the objective and the goal. And for better or worse, you and I will be there as well. So, like I said, we like to muck things up, but we will be there messing up stuff as well. I want to go through a actual channel rundown. I'm glad that we're recording in Riverside because I never hit record over here.
Wow.
But that's okay because that's why we do. See, these are the kind of questions and things that you could ask us about in the
12 minutes and
podcast tech section because we're going that. So anyway, let's actually walk through the channels. There's a lot of them. I want to hit them.
How about we ride through the channels?
Yeah, we go. Discounts and deals.
Yep.
I've already got one in there for our Shopify store to take a percentage off anything you want to buy there. No limits, no whatever.
Is that like if you see a good deal on some website on like
Yeah.
X and Y and you post like, hey guys, they're running 40% off orange steel today.
It's not. There's a few channels where we are feeding information out, but it's very few. The majority of these things are wide open, including we have an entire event calendar. So if you know of an event that somebody might want to go to, slap it into the event calendar. It's wide open.
Yeah,
wide.
So
open.
Many events now, it's insane.
So discounts and deals, and from us to feed to you. If we see anything, we'll put it in there. But it's also for folks to share with each other, and quite frankly, too, a lot of our listeners are probably ambassadors for brands.
Yeah.
So this would be a great place for you to say, hey, I'm an ambassador for Orange Mud like I am, or I'm an ambassador for Black Bibs like I am. And here's a special deal that I can, share with you, my friends. And because a lot of times when you do stuff like that in other social spaces, it's frowned upon. Try to share something that even has value in a Facebook group, and more likely than not, the admin's going to scream and yell at you and tell you it's against the rules and you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Obviously, the next one, the place we want you to all start, introductions. Tell us who you are, what you ride, what you got, anything that you want to share. General discussion, but then we get into sort of the nitty and the gritty. Got bikes, got tires, got gear. Those are 3 separate channels where you can talk about those things. Maintenance. If you've got questions about something that's going on with your bike, and I would just suggest right out of the gate, just tag Joey on all of those things. You're waiting for that, weren't you? Buy, sell, trade. A vetted community of people that are real and not going to scam you, hopefully.
No, and there'll be rules in place for there.
Yeah, there's absolutely rules in place for that. But I know that I've got a lot of bike bags to sell because I am a bag hoarder. I actually really excited about buy, sell, trade to rid my stable.
Man, that is what I look at on the other Slack channel. It's like, man, that's the first thing I go to.
Yeah.
Because
there's deals, and hopefully that's the thing. And
you're going on there to help someone out. If you want prime dollars, go on eBay and take the hit, or just sell it to the community and help someone out.
Meetups and rides, because we want to start doing meetups and rides, and I hope that our listeners through this community will also begin meeting up with each other. And then if we're going to, I'm going to be at Lulaca, we want to do like a little meetup at Lulaca, wherever that's going to look like. We're going to be at Grusk. Come see us at Grusk. We're going to have a cooler full of tasty beverages for whatever your flavor might be.
I'll be in Oregon if anyone lives in Oregon.
When are you going to Oregon?
June. in Vermont in July.
I just watched Dustin Klein's video on Cycle Oregon. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a good event. That'd be great on the event part.
Yeah, that's got a really cool vibe, just like I think Dave is building with Gravel Fest.
Correct.
Looks very similar.
Yep.
So meetups, bike packing specific channel, ride reports. Which,
that's the one I love.
Ride reports, that was Casey Fenton has been a part of our little test group. And Casey put this wonderful ride report in from something he did down in South Carolina. I won't spoil what it is, but you should all go there and look at that. The write-up is wonderful. It is the exact length that a ride report should be. He's got like 6 photos that are beautiful. I mean, just chef's kiss.
Casey's great and very professional, and he's been supported for a very long time.
Yeah. So there's that. Then we've got routes. If you've got routes that you want to ask about,
that one too.
What routes you want to share, either way. Then we have an actual, not only do we have the event calendar, but we also have an events channel. And sort of the concept and the idea for that is, and I've added a couple in there already, it's conversations that are wrapped up regarding a specific event. So there's a thread for Lulaca. There's a thread for Grusk. There's a thread for Unpaved. Those types of things. So you can centralize, and this is what you were talking about. There's not a lot of doom scrolling. You can find those places that you want to be and head right there. And coffee, you've got a coffee channel in here. Apparel, because that's a big part. We can't all just ride always in flannel.
Well, I hope people are wearing clothes when they ride too.
A bike check. I'm excited about this one. Share your bike.
That's great. I was post a picture of your bike.
Yeah, and I was doing trying to do the bike checks with people we ride with at events for the videos. Now, Croatan didn't come out so well. I got a new camera, and things didn't work out as well as Brian had hoped they would. So sorry about that. I might actually pull a few snippets and do something that's a little short, but a bike check. So just post your bike and what you're riding and what your setup looks like, and then when you add some new bags for a bike packing rig, throw them on there too with a new bike check. Zwift and indoor training. Yeah, but you know what? It's a necessary evil.
Oh, I know.
I think it can be used a channel like this could be used to help, encourage and support people when you're trying to do that and you kind of lose your mojo, so to speak. Episode chat. Each episode we drop, we're going to have a thread for that episode so that you can go in and talk specifically about the things that we've talked about in that episode. And then this or that's. I'm going to post the this or that's from every week. So you can just go in and drop your answers and play the game. We do it on Instagram, but not everybody sees that. This is a great place to actually go find those. And here's a couple that I am kind of very interested in supporting: the podcast tech and podcast suggestions. So if you've got an idea for us, you can jump into podcast suggestions. If you are thinking about doing your own podcast at some point and you want to talk about the tech that we use and the widgets that we've used and all of the gear and all the things and what it takes to actually do this, I'm happy to help. So that's a place where you can actually jump into that. Camping and overlanding. We do not only in the bike packing, but for events. We do a lot of camping, a lot of trucks, a lot of things regarding carrying your bikes and all of your gear from one place to another and then sitting in a field for 2 days. What does that look like? What kind of gear works? Those kind of conversations. And then for both of us, there's a fishing channel because,
hey, people fish.
People fish. It's a part of it. For you, this is huge. Photography.
Yeah, that can be anything too. That's what I love. It does, just throw up a couple photos.
Throw some photos in there or ask about tech I've actually posted something there about the new cameras that I'm using. So I posted some stuff in there about that already. That's already in there.
Some riding shots, whether it's your phone or a new Fuji or whatever,
Yeah.
Throw it in there.
Did you like that photo I took yesterday from behind the bars? That was pretty.
That was Millbridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil it on the other channel, the team.
So we have a little club Team Reach that we use, and we play this little game where we post photos of roads.
Did anyone guess it yet?
Yeah, somebody did guess up. But it was like a third or fourth guess down by that person, I think. But it was Millbridge, and it was a pretty cool photo.
Millbridge right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because the way that picture is like so far back.
Yeah.
It's like, what I did is I took my phone and I rolled my jersey up and I tucked it in the little pocket. And it was holding it. No, I'm just no. I'll share with you. Yeah,
I know you want a new. I know you're trying to kill your phone. Let that thing jettison off and
be a way to do it. Dogs of Gravel. We need pictures of Blake.
That's the best part about social media. And while you're not doom scrolling, but throw your pets up there. Just I don't want it to be a hardcore bike thing. Like, there's got to be some soft.
Now, would a cat pictures also be acceptable in the Dogs of Gravel?
You say pets of gravel.
Should I change that to pets?
No
That's a beautiful
snakes,
thing.
no spiders. You got an iguana? That'd be cool.
And then one more off topic. So if there's anything, and that would be a great place if you say, hey, you know what, I think guys should have a channel for this. That would probably be a good place to do that, or maybe the podcast
that should be
suggestions, or
channel suggestions.
We should have an actual channel suggestion. So we might
because we don't want people populating and there's being 1,000.
Because we always welcome new channel requests.
There just might be some overlap where it's like, some things just might overlap. So, but I think if you do, and we'll put rules, no politics.
I've got it in there. No politics. Just like we have our own little podcast rules.
Yeah.
We established 7 some odd years ago, which is no politics, no religion. And we've tipped a toe.
We're politically religious, man.
We've tipped a toe every once in a while with a snide side comment, but sometimes that's that's not necessarily even really a thing.
No, that's the thing we want. And that was half of, besides the dopamine addiction and ADHD, is when I hop on the Slack and other channels of stuff, no one has politics on. You can't get on Instagram or Facebook no matter what anymore and not see.
Can't.
Like, no matter what.
Can't do it. You can't do it. So this is a place.
And it's an outlet of just pure bikes and dogs and iguanas. And
that's all we're talking about. Bikes. Yep. Bikes. And like I said, the conversations have already begun. We've got a few people that have successfully gotten in, some that have unsuccessfully attempted to get in, and we're going to get into some of the nuts and bolts of how do you make sure that you get access the right way. So we've worked through a lot of those bugs and a lot of those kinks, but there's going to be things that'll pop up. So we're working behind the scenes to kind of bring it to where it needs to be. Fun fact,
this guy had moved away, but he always comes back in the neighborhood every day. On a scooter.
Well, he's doing his scooter Strava. Yeah, is he on Strava with his scooter?
He lives at Asbury now.
Is it a e-scooter or a?
No, it's actually. Do you remember the Is it Echo? What's the power tool company that's like gray? That's all electronic with green.
Yeah, they sell them at Sneed's.
Yeah, it's the moped thing at Sneed's.
It's Go.
I don't know, but he buzzes up and around here. I'm going to motor pace him soon to bring this back to bikes. But
so how does this support the podcast? We've talked a lot about this interaction.
Yes.
So to join the server does require a simple $5 a month contribution. We're not doing levels. We're not doing any BS. You join, you get access to it all. And let's be real, folks, that's less than a cup of coffee. It's $5.
It is for sure, because I definitely bought a $7 cup of coffee today. Even my drip coffee was $4.
Yeah.
No problem paying for those. But
so I think
it's worth a gallon of gas now.
The right way to think about this is that, we're attempting to create this community while at the same time finding ways for folks, because we've had people ask us how to support the podcast, and not everybody wants to buy, even if you buy a t-shirt or a sticker pack, you're not going to do that every month. And it's at a price point where, a lot of that goes to the materials. A lot of that goes to the Printify and the Shopify and all these other places.
You get like, 20% or something of that? Not even?
So you get a very, very tiny fraction. Yeah. This is something that we pay a few transaction fees. We're using a third party. I talked about that bot. It's called LaunchPass, which is what controls the members. And that's sort of a key to this program. So you actually go through podcast or through LaunchPass to gain access to the Discord server. But we're not going to ask anybody to put $5 in for something that is untested, unseen, and they're not even sure if it's real. So we are doing the 30-day trial on that. You can go in, you can check it out before you send anybody.
We can build up
a dime.
We can build it up and see if it's meant for you. But
because a lot of these things too, it takes the community to build the community. We're going to talk about this every week.
Yeah.
We're going to use it as a part of our planning process. We're going to listen to our listeners. Mm-hmm. So this is actually a way that, so many good things come out of this. And I'm going to be honest, not only is it a lot of work to build the podcast, but it costs money.
So I'm saying it. And you just told me, I haven't spent any money because I also forgot. And then we took some time off. But it ain't free. It's, it's a 3-figure number a month.
Yeah.
To keep it going.
Yeah.
But this is like the best way we found that you can be interactive, get something back for it, have some fun. Like I said, it's very controlled in a good way where you're not getting all the spam, all the politics, all the BS. It's like you're going there because you want to see it and you want to talk to your friends and do something.
I remember even back to the very very, very early days. We had folks like Flirtatious Frankie.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know if the folks like that are still listening, but it always felt like it was like an inside game or an inside joke.
And there was nothing inside about it.
It was absolutely nothing. But it would allow everybody to participate in the things that sort of go in after hours with regards to GTD. Yeah. We also have, and I built this in, it's an annual
Strava Club. No, don't do that.
Let's ditch all this and go right back to Strava Club. Yeah. We've also got an annual plan that includes that 30-day free trial, plus you get another month for free. So if you decide, hey, I don't like this monthly pinging of $5, and so that's $50. It gives you the entire year. Plus you get the 30-day free trial, plus you get another free month on the end.
Yeah.
And as an added bonus,
Billy Mays over here.
That's right. ShammyWow. Yeah. ShammyWow. For the first 20 folks that join the server. And I don't care whether you've paid. I don't care at all. You don't have to. I'm not going to do
Call in the next 5 minutes.
I'm not going to do one of these things where it's like, well, for the first 20 folks that join and then stick around to pay. You join that server. I'm sending you a free Do Good, Be Nice, Go Slow, Respect Others Gravel t-shirt.
It's whether you already have one or not.
Whether you already have one or not. And it is subject to the availability of sizes because I do have only a limited supply of those, but I have a lot of those. I bought 300 of those.
Probably got a lot of extra smalls.
I've got a giant box. And if for some reason the t-shirt size that you would need is not available and you're one of those first 20, I'll send you stickers. You tell me what you want. We're going to send you some goodies. We're going to send you some love. I've got the new sticker, the new pavement ends coming out. I've got that coming in a sticker. It's also, these are those things that are done through Printify and Shopify, though, so I can't just give them away because I have to buy them before I sell them. Have you seen that? What did you think of that? The logo with the pavement ends with a little bit of like camo in the background.
I didn't see it. It was camouflage.
I got my new camo Crocs, too. You can't see my feet. They're not on. I took them off. I took my shoes off when I come in your house.
Shoes on.
But no, that I think is a really cool with the little hidden QR code where the gravel used to be.
Yeah.
You can get that on t-shirts. You can get it on sweatshirts. But I've also got stickers coming.
What's the QR code go to?
Just our website.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little hidden QR code that, instead of, in fact, if you looked at that at a distance, it looks.
Just made it a picture of Wes. It goes to a picture of Wes, sorry.
So, So for the first 20 folks joining the server, we'll figure out the mechanics of, you can message me through the server. You can message me any which way you want, or I'll reach out to you. I'm going to see them when they come in.
Yeah.
So I'll reach out to you. Let's do it that way. So the logistics of how you join, how you get access to the server. I've got a giant button. If you go to our website right now, which is graveltraveldirt.com, there is a giant button with a really cool After Hours GTD neon logo. Can't miss it. And you just click that button. Here's the key. This is one of the things that we discovered. And this is very important. It's going to save everybody a bunch of headache. Have an active Discord account in your email address
already
before you attempt to join, because there is sort of like this catch-22 where the LaunchPass assumes that you've already got it, and then it sends you to the server, and if you don't have it, it tries to verify it, but it actually can't verify it because it's like this weird kind of like, and they know about it, and they're working on it. I've chatted with them about it. Doesn't say, they've been around a couple of years, so I don't know that it's high on their.
You chat with a bot or a real person?
I don't know that. I probably chatted with a bot. It probably was a bot. You're absolutely 100% correct. But so go over to discord.com, sign up for an account. It's free. You just sign up for the account, create it. It's going to ask you some questions, and then it's going to send you an email where you want you to verify your Discord email address. Once you've got that verified email address, once you've got an active Discord account, and then come back to the website, click that button, and it'll push you right through LaunchPass, where you will actually gain direct access to the server. No waiting, no approval process required beyond what LaunchPass does. And if that breaks, we'll help you fix it. Joey's going to provide tech support.
Yeah, sure.
So that is probably the one thing. We're also going to have it on in the show notes. We'll have it in the socials. We're going to hire, I think we're talking about hiring somebody like a skywriter to do a cloud QR code, so you'd be able to just look up at the sky.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be
do
cool?
that at the big gravel events?
You could do that
with
with
Unbound and
actually with the
Mid-South,
like at the beach, the giant flags that go behind I wonder if the giant beach airplane flag flyers have QR codes on their signage. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked with QR codes. So Discord works on your phones and on your computers. I have found it to be equally as pleasant and equally as simple to use. Would you agree? Coming from Slack, you were in Slack, and you were in
I'm
Slack.
learning.
Yeah.
So I'm in multiple Slack things for work and another podcast and some other stuff. So I'm learning, but it's getting easy.
Well, we looked at all of them.
But I'm also got the problem is I got the Mid-Journey. I have other bots on the side, but it is nice to be able to toggle because in Slack, if you're on another Slack, it's like a whole separate account. Like you got to really toggle. So the nice thing about Discord is I can see I even got the Rodeo Rally one still there and some other stuff, but it is easy.
Well, we looked at doing Slack. And Slack has some limitations with regard to you can only go back so many days, which felt like it could have actually been like a nice bonus because things aren't permanent, like etched in stone on the internet. Although when I really dug into it, Slack still keeps all of that old data.
It's like Snapchat.
It's like they have it, but nobody else can see it or use it. So I think that was a bit of a limitation. I hated that idea of any content, user-generated content that we have generated. I hated the idea of all of that just being lost. I really like that because I think there's value sometimes in going backwards in time and looking at how things either used to be done or there's just simply a valuable piece of content that makes a lot of sense, is well written. Just hated the idea that it all went away. Plus, if you wanted to pay to actually be a Slack, to actually have a Slack account, it's expensive.
And thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It would defeat the purpose of us.
Yeah. It's almost $10 a person per month. So it made no sense. And it also, to me, I don't know, it felt very corporate.
It is. It's like, it is corporate based. And
it felt very business.
Yeah. My first interaction was for Nika.
Yeah.
Like we use that. Still don't know how we use it. It's like, do we email? Do we go on Slack? Do you text? Like, what is the order of operations? But it was built for corporate structure.
And I have inside of Discord, we haven't even touched. It's like the voice side of it, and there's video side. Yeah, there's a voice side. We used to do it on Zwift. You can do video groups. You can do voice groups. We can do presentations through that. We could actually even at some point, maybe
podcast through that.
We could podcast through it and actually live stream the podcast into the Discord server.
That's up to you. I do zero. I do no tech.
I don't think that's ever really going to happen. But I mean, there's so much more there that once the creative hive, once the Borg begins to assemble inside the space, there may be some more interesting things that we might want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited about it.
It'll be fun. I had a very busy weekend. I hopped on today. I was going through stuff, getting my feet wet.
Yeah.
I wasn't on my phone, as you could tell by my text response, which is why no one should tag me on maintenance because I will not get back to you. I just didn't use, I was working a Nike race for a few days this weekend. So,
and I texted you all weekend and I knew,
I did. No. It was fun anyway.
I knew but here's my problem is I have some of the same issues that you have. If I didn't text you the thing that I needed you to think about or look at that moment in time, it would have been completely gone out of my mind.
Now we can put it in a Slack channel, Discord channel.
Put it in the Discord channel.
Yeah. Oh, we could have Brian and Joey's thoughts.
You could just monitor our text conversation. No, there'd be lawsuits. There'd be all sorts of stuff that would happen.
It's all GIFs.
We're not doing anything like that. And you can use GIFs inside of Discord. Yes, you cannot do that. I believe you cannot do.
Can we make our own emojis?
Yes,
because I saw in the Slack thing.
I made one. It's a bikepacking rig. Yeah, you can make your own emojis.
Can we do like a? How does that work? Like
stickers, GIFs.
If you have an image, can you turn it into that?
Yeah.
Like the head badge of a Flanimal. Yeah. You know what the Flanimal looks like?
Yeah.
Like, could we just have a Flanimal? So anyone posts like a Flanimal on there, you can do that little reaction as a Flanimal head badge?
Yes, you can do that.
And then we'll charge Steven every time it gets used, and then we'll make $5-6 off of Rodeo Labs. I like it. A little Otso, your little Warrican badge.
Yes, yeah. See, all of those things you can do inside of Discord, because Discord was, when comparing it to Slack, Discord is much more of a fun space. It's got that gamer vibe. That's where it came from, is for gamers.
So I don't know how to use it.
I don't do gaming either, but I mean, that's where it came from. That's where its roots lie. And you would have like Twitch running inside of Discord and you'd be watching and you'd be talking to people and doing all that kind of stuff. So it's got that gamer back end. So all of those fun little quirky, weird things that you could never even think about doing on Slack, you can do on Discord. So I think it was the right choice. And thank you for giving me the leeway with that, because I knew you were pushing hard. Not pushing hard.
No, it's just all I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the plus, there's a lot more pluses, I think, for what we want to do on Discord.
Yeah.
And I will learn how to use it better.
You'll be amazed how fast it'll come to you because of the way that I've got it organized. One of the things in Slack that kind of bothered me, and this is from using Slack and from trying to set that up, is that you would have a discussion and they're threaded, but you would have to go inside and then reply. This one it's got much more of the sidebar will keep things active for about 7 days, but they don't go away. So once you go into a discussion or into a channel, you can see all of this discussion threads.
So do I have to subscribe to a channel?
You can. You don't have to.
Because that's like the thing on the... I'm talking this out as as someone who'd want to know this, so I'm just letting you guys know. Like,
you can.
How do I find Casey's Ride Report?
You would go to the Ride Reports channel.
Server. Channels and roles.
There you go.
All channels. Here we go. Man, because I'm not on all of them yet. So, all right. And that's on Ride Report.
Yeah.
So you guys, I'm getting as much crash course as everyone listening. Everyone listening's probably got way more knowledge. All right.
So we've got all these channels, and you have to open up the channels, and then you can add them to your sidebar.
Ride Reports.
So you can granularity. If you're not interested in coffee at all, you don't have to do that. If you're not interested in podcast tech, you don't have to look at that one. You can just pick and choose the channels that you want to be a part of, or all of them.
Helpful tip. I didn't know this.
Yes,
for all the newbies. Like you guys posted the other day, and I was trying to go through, and I'm hitting it. And I wouldn't get much, and you hit the little comment next, little bubble, and then I get the whole thing. Wow, this is a great report from Casey.
Yeah, right. Isn't that something? It's worth.
I expect no less from him.
It's worth the free trial just to go see that ride report. Honestly,
Monster Cross, who did this one? Okay, so for everyone looking for these channels, because when I just made my account the other day, I had only 5 channels on here. And I learned this from Slack. You go to the channels and roles, and then you go to all channels, and then there's a whole list. Because what's nice about this and what I like about Slack is there's a lot of them. Like, you might not care about the pets or the coffee or the apparel, the events, and you're really just looking for a deal. Mm-hmm. All you can do is just select buy, sell, trade.
Yeah.
And then that's the only thing that shows up in your feed. Because on the other one, it's similar where there's a lot of topics that overlap and they're relatable to me, but I don't really care about. There was a fitness channel, and then there was video gaming and stuff on the other thing I'm a part of. I just turn those off. And if I want to check them out, I'll go in and then I'll just unclick them. So that's what I like about this.
Or you can open them up without.
I'm not joining the Zwift one.
Wait a minute, I've got you set up as the moderator on
that's
that.
That's fine. But that's the other cool thing for folks on here. If you don't care about bike check or close, then don't subscribe.
Yeah,
to that channel.
You can open them up, and you can always still access them at any time by just looking at all of them. So if there's something you hear us talking about, some cool thing in a thread that you don't, or a channel that you don't subscribe to, you can always go back and dig back, and it doesn't disappear.
Yeah,
like Slack, it's always going to be there.
It's if you have a buying problem of bags, I'm not going to.
That's me. I have so many bags.
I'm not going to subscribe to that one for a little bit.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. We should actually just trade bags. That would actually scratch the itch, wouldn't it? If I just put my bags in a little website storefront, and it was only for you, and then you did the same thing for me, and then we could just swap bags back and forth.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're buying bags, but you're not actually buying bags. That's that's like therapy.
Yeah.
That would be shopping therapy.
Well, then I have a lady that might be coming on my porch.
What's she doing here?
I don't know.
We're going to ignore her?
Yeah.
Wave at her out the window, though. Let's be quiet. We're not here. What's she trying to do?
She might be our property manager. I think she's going to each house doing a check on.
Because they just put down. I noticed that they put down all of the mulch done.
Very sidebar, but I was who's coming?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Enough about Discord for a few minutes. Thank you everybody for checking that out. I really do think it's exciting. I am fired up to see it actually breathe new life into
it'll be
this
fun.
Idea of community.
It might be a good reason to disconnect a little bit from other platforms.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I started doing my hiatus and I'm back, I've been on the Instagram a lot more than I want to be again, but I've also really narrowed down my algorithm. But there's so many ads and stuff still pop up. So I still get sucked in and I still send you 1,000 reels.
Yeah, that's okay. I look at them.
You look at them.
You know what I've stopped doing?
You stopped looking at my advertisement once from the Prince Frederick store?
No, those are funny. Those are funny. What I've stopped doing is reacting to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
See, I look at them, but
no, I react. I think it's like a code. Like
no. I'm breaking that chain. I'm breaking that cycle.
Spend the time thinking about me, and you send it to me.
Well, you get a reel from me every once in a while,
yeah,
and I get reels from you, and I don't have to take the time.
Me and Jack always pretty good.
You guys are very
whether we actually look at them, or even if I was like, oh, I've already liked that or seen it, I'll still react.
And I also am very selective. That if I'm going through reels, it's like, whatever time of the day, and I'm scrolling through reels, and I see one that I think you would like, I always look to see if you've already liked it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I won't send it.
I am careful of that. But
so I'm trying to be mindful.
The nice thing is I haven't had Facebook on my phone in forever. And if I do have to check it, I'll go on my Chrome app, and then I'll log into Facebook that way. But it's, I've realized I can go 4 or 5, 10 days without actually hopping on. There's some stuff I have to check out for our work coaches group, but
I'm addicted to Marketplace. You know that. I'm trying to sell stuff.
That was part of the Facebook addiction because I don't really care about the other stuff. It's the Marketplace. So
it's Marketplace.
It's not even like I don't tell you the last time I bought the roof box. I sold that roof box to a customer from 15 plus years ago at the shop.
And you just bought it from him?
And it was it's like an $800 Thule box.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's older, but it's like, he used it once. It was in his house. It's brand new.
Wow.
He sells the original stickers, and I paid $100 for it.
Wow.
Maybe $50 before Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Because when we take that was my solution because I really wanted to buy I had no reason I wanted to buy a bigger vehicle, but then the bigger vehicle I was looking at, besides it being like $70,000 and not having much more space. And then if I wanted more space, then I was like, don't look at cars anymore, people. It's like 80 It's like, it's not even new Outbacks are $50,000.
Don't get it.
But a Subaru with a roof box.
I saw you coming down Route 4 the other day. When you were coming back.
I must have passed. I got to get used to your truck cap.
Yeah, you passed me. And I was
getting used to the new truck setup.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I was going with that.
We could talk about, that's one of the things I've been wanting to talk about in the camping and overlanding is how well the new truck configuration is working, because I used to have the roll top on the bed with the billy bars and the bike sat in the bars above, and I've just now gone to, thank you, Larry.
I got to mentally get used to that.
A metal smart cap on the back of the truck, which actually worked Chef's Kiss beautifully at Croatan. I loved it at Monster Cross.
That was great.
It was just makes it easy to get in and out. It makes gear management a whole different game. And that's the kind of stuff that is related to bikes that's not necessarily.
There's a lot of overlap.
Tremendous amount of overlap.
There's a lot of people in here with Subarus and Toyotas, like Tacomas and Outbacks.
You want to do this or that?
Sure. I forgot what they were.
Okay. First, I want to do the recap from last week's, the 280 Instagram this or that poll, and I'll keep putting them on Instagram, even though now I'm really going to lean.
I voted wrong, everyone.
So everybody voted in one direction.
I voted smell like a dog.
So everybody voted smell like a dog. I have no idea which ones wanted to smell like a dog, which ones wanted to smell like a dog, but everybody 100% guaranteed voted smell like a dog. So everybody's out there smelling like a dog. First item, Joey, on this week's This or That's, Discord or Slack. Just write it. Gun to your head, which one? You love Discord better. I know you.
Yeah, I like Discord better.
There we go.
Now that I'm getting used to it.
There we go. Yeah, I'm a Discord guy.
Team Reach.
Team Reach.
Old-fashioned text groups.
No. We've beat that Discord or Slack, because I was actually not really going to talk about that until here in the This or That. That's why we chose one or the other.
They have their purposes, and for what we want, Discord is the key. If you're trying to run a corporate event, go to Slack.
Second, This or That. There's going to be a theme here. Making new friends and joining cool meetups, or sitting alone at a desk like Spider-Man. You know Spider-Man? He sits at his little desk all by himself.
That's me every day with this job.
True that. Me too. Except I sit in a lounge chair, the computer in my lap.
This has been my chair for the last 10 weeks from my desk.
Obviously, all of these are going to have a theme. You would much rather make new friends. And
I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, I'm an introverted extrovert.
That's true. That's true.
I always claim I'm an introvert until Jess points out, like, you're really extroverted. Like, I don't want to be. It's our podcast. Here's a sidebar.
Yeah. We do whatever we want.
When I go in public, I actually don't like talking to a lot of people sometimes in certain spaces. And when I go to the grocery store, I will put in my headphones and listen to music or podcast. I will go to the self-checkout. I'm in and out. I have to make lists now because I forget a lot. Yeah, last night yesterday. As soon as we got home, I had to go out to the store, get some stuff after being away. And I'm in the self-checkout line, and I'm in line because they're all 4 full. And I'm just like, all right, I'll wait. And the girl's like, oh, you should go to 6 because it's open. And I'm like, and you don't want to be that guy. It's just like, I don't care. I'm just going to wait. So I go over to 6, and man, now the poor cashier, she was so grumpy and
it's infectious.
I take my AirPods out to be respectful, and she's just like, she's kind of borderline rude. I'm like, this is like why I want to go to self-checkout. And then she's like, she's staring at the receipt forever. You got 540 Weiss points. And then she's like, look at the chart. And then I'm like, oh, and then she's like, no, look at it. Though they have like I swear to God, it's like points.
You got mansplained on Weiss points.
It was because they had the points for the week. She's like, take a good look at it. You get one item off of here and the other one's half off or something. Like, well, that's the last time I go get human interaction again from a grocery store in a while. Like, and she might have had a bad. And I'm always, when I see someone having a bad day, I try to be jolly and like not overdo it, but like friendly. And she just wasn't. Sometimes
people just want to
like,
sit.
Hey, how's your day? What's going on? Look at the points. Put some lotion on the skin. I'm like, all right, well, have a good day.
Or else it gets the receipt again.
I know. I was like, well, I do got to get my free ice cream.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I like going to, like, you go to events and you're talking to people and it's fun and it's exciting, but it's kind of exhausting at the same time.
Yeah.
It can be very tiring. And I love those groups of friends that you could literally just sit and not. How many times do we do that? You just sit.
Well, thanks to Mike Bridges from The Outsiders, he pointed out our first night at Croatan that some statistic, like in a group setting like we were in, there's always like a pause around every 7 minutes.
And it was true.
Once he said that, and there would be times where we'd zone out and not, like, I wasn't thinking about it, but then that awkward silence would come, and we could just sit there, but because of that comment, we're like, oh, it's been 7 minutes.
Somebody would have to say it.
But you, me, Larry, Jack, Dave, anyone, like, we could all sit around a fire and just be quiet. Not talk. Yeah.
Just be quiet.
Just throw handfuls of pellets in the fire and call it a day.
Throwing pellets. How many pellets did we determine that Larry has thrown?
80,000 or something.
80,000 handfuls of pellets.
Yeah.
We did the math. Third item, slipping $5 to a hobo podcast duo that almost makes you laugh, or a $5 copay at the doctor's office. Which one would you rather do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bring up politics and healthcare, but
there's no such thing as a $5 copay at a doctor's office.
I got $10 copays.
I have $10. I have $10 or $15. I can't remember.
15, but
I can't remember.
I do support other podcasts because
I do too.
There's a couple I really love, and I don't listen to our own because
we do it.
We do it. You know, someone like Jan from The Office interviewed today. I never watched. Rewatched the episode, but
I do quality checks. I do quality checks. I will actually load it on and listen to sections, but I skip through and do.
But
I do quality
supporting
checks.
The podcast, I understand from this point how much, and I don't even do much of the work. I know there's work that goes involved, and I want to keep the lights on for those people. And it's a sad day when you get hooked on the podcast, and then it's just maybe it takes a year break. You're like, dang, that was like. There's days I look forward to an episode of a podcast I like coming out, and I'm like, all right, it's Thursday morning. I'm going to do my morning walk to the coffee shop, and like that's my plan.
100%.
So yeah, I'll support $5, $10, $15.
I've got like 3 or 4 different YouTube channels, and I've never been the guy that's like the serial podcast watcher or YouTube channel watcher, but I've got like 3 or 4 of them now that it's like, man, I know what day they release, like old Dustin Klein stuff. And you know what? I so want to not watch Dustin Klein, but every time I watch him, I'm like, damn, that's good.
It's good. And it's the thing is, I don't even know, but I also know how much work goes in it. I'm one of the original Dustin Klein supporters because you have the little badge.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we could do. I could make a little custom badge.
Judge Barbecue is one that I always know.
Yeah, there's a few that I have little subscriptions
Beard
for.
Meats, they're all food related. Judge, Beard, Brad Leone can be scattered. Matty Matheson's always on Sundays. Beard, he does eating contests. He's on Sundays. Or Yachts on like Tuesdays. Sometimes there he is again.
There's a few that it's
like I said, it's our account because I'm really off topic, but
yeah.
Premium. I want to see how long I've been we can keep going to the next one.
Premium subscriber on YouTube, because that's the way to go.
The 2 YouTube sites I support is Mahalo My Dude. Okay, if you ever watched that. Great channel.
He went through some real changes here in the last, like he ditched the studio and shut it down and then did some stuff, and everybody thought the channel was going to go away. And
it doesn't show.
I'm still in the camp of Seth Spike Hacks, now Burn Peak. I really love his backstory and what he does and how he does it. I know a lot of folks he kind of grates the wrong way, but man, I really do. I dig it. I enjoy it. I enjoy watching his stuff. He's always doing something quirky and weird and fun. And I always walk away from some of those things going, I learned something.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool too.
So I don't even know what we're talking about, but I don't mind supporting creators.
Yeah. Last one, send Blake $5 to keep the podcast going, or spend $5 on Etsy for a belly button lint brush. Yes, that is a real thing. I will post the link in Etsy to that on the Discord channel under the maybe off topics.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I don't know.
episode chat.
You mentioned that, and I looked it up instantly for that belly button brush, and got a dozen coming.
They look like little. Everybody thinks we're joking, but there are legitimately
real. It's like a fraction of your pinky with this little It's
a tiny Q-tip with a little brush.
It looks like a little Christmas tree.
Yeah, and you can stick it in your belly button, and it's probably pretty satisfying. Honestly,
I'm gonna get one.
Are there still innies and outies and because remember it used to be when I was a kid.
When I was a kid there was, but I don't know.
I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I never quite understood the difference of the innie and the outie. I'm sure I could actually ask Gemini now. Is this still a thing? I feel like maybe the doctors have gotten better. Maybe the outies were the ones that they snipped the thing way out here.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Never thought about how that worked, but
maybe I've spent too much time thinking about.
Blake liked seeing Brian come over, but he's actually laying in the middle of the kitchen now because he's tired.
I've been very careful with him.
Yeah,
since he's been
he's on week 10. He's got free reign. He's going upstairs to sleep in bed. He can't be running around really yet or chucking himself on the couch. Like our bed, until next week, we took it off the frame. But I think I've said in here we don't have a high bed.
Have you rolled out of that yet?
No.
Like in the middle of the night?
But it's on the floor like a couple broke college kids or newlyweds in their early 20s. So the frame is put away for another week or two, but that just keeps him. His last thing he needs to control is his the leaping. So he still has stairs to get out of the car, which I'll continue to use.
Well, when I come in and he's always happy and he gives me the smile, he gives me the teeth smile.
One of the only people he does that for too.
Yeah, I love it. He gives me the teeth smile and he's always wanted to jump, but I've been very careful with making sure I get him to him real quick. And kind of hold him down.
He doesn't normally jump and get on people's chests. He just wants to leap up for a second and give that face sniff.
Yeah.
So he's tall.
Oh, look, now he's looking over. He knows what's talking about him.
Yeah.
Look, he's actually watching me talk and then he watches you talk.
Yeah.
He's such a good boy. You're so smart.
He's people won't shut up.
I know, right? Okay, well, that's it for this week. Go to the website.
graveltraveldirt.com. And then I won't because I'm banned, but Brian will hit it on the Instagram
please check it out.
Whatever that is.
And I'm going to post that killer neon logo. I love that. Was just so good. Off the cuff with your comeback of what I was struggling. I'll admit it. I was struggling trying to figure out what to call this thing because I just didn't want to call it Discord server because that was so blah.
It's not like the old, it reminds me of Roadhouse for some reason.
Well, I did a whole neon version of the logo, and then actually the After Hours at the bottom.
I love the colors.
That is actually inspired by Miami Vice.
That's what it is.
Yep. It's inspired by Miami Vice. So now everybody's got to go look at it just to see that.
Well, I've been kind of catching up and rewatching Miami Vice.
But I did take the palm trees out. So
GTD Vice.
No, that's a whole nother channel. GTD Jail.
I've been
there's a place between prison.
Rewatching and catching up some of Miami Vice. It's great.
All right, let's shut this thing down. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us if they're looking to do that?
I just did it.
There's a whole new way.
Well, soon you can new way to do it soon too. But to do that, go to graveltraveldirt.com. Make a Discord email,
please,
or account.
Please
hit those buttons. Try it out for 30 days. Like I said, it's free $99. But it helps us build up the community first, and then it'll kick over. But if you like it, I think it'll be great from what I've interacted.
And honestly, too, if we've built something that nobody wants,
we'll shut it down.
Then we'll shut it down.
Yeah.
Just shut it down.
Shut it down. And then hit us on which is so old now. Don't go to Instagram, but our Instagram's at Mid-Atlantic GTD.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in Blakey Boy's kitchen. Hi, Blake. Can you woof? Woof.
No, don't get him fired up.
Okay. I like the zoomies. Thanks for riding along. Till next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, get your free T-shirt.
Do I get a free T-shirt?
I'll give you a free T-shirt. Do you have one of those T-shirts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just found my Sheets one. I might be one.
I know. What do you got on?
No,
sheets. I just yelled into the podcast.
That's fine. It's our podcast.
Okay. Do good. Did I do that already?
Yeah. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
57 minutes.
I sure as shit hope this recorded.
It says recording.